Thank you, Barbara. And now we'll invite another Barbara from Germany this time. Barbara Engel, professor, doctor, and German architect and urban planner. She was awarded her PhD in 2004. In 2008 and 2013, she was head of the department for the inner city and the city planning office in Dresden. Since 2013, she has been a professor of international urban planning and design at Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. Her research interest focuses on urban development in post-Soviet countries and Eastern Europe, metropolitan areas, public spaces, and science communication. She's head of design committees in Halle and Nuremberg, and vice president of the Deutsche Akademie für Stadtbau und Landsplanung. And I hope this time it's all up to date. And the stage is yours.
Thank you so much for the invitation. And you mentioned I'm as well the member of the committee, of the design committee in Halle. So that's as well, I would say, specific procedure of activism. So I'm really happy to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation to this topic next. That is really striking me, how we transform the heritage from the modern period. And I'm running through some slides which give you like an introduction or some insights about the living lab that we are running in Tbilisi since May. And unfortunately, I missed yesterday, but I've heard that there was already an introduction about the transformation procedures going on in Tbilisi. Next, please. So my research, or our research from the team, please next, is embedded in a broader context. So we are working with the heritage from the modern period in the geographical context from the former post-Soviet countries. And you see here some slides. Please next. And this is one from Ukraine. Please next. So we know this heritage exists all over the world, especially in the former Eastern Bloc countries. On the one hand, there are many similarities, but of course they are, on the other hand, very specific and very to be individually discussed. Please next. So we are working in this context in several research projects. So as well, this lab is funded by the Volkswagen Foundation, and you see here some of the outcomes that we elaborated. And please next. What is the intention of our research is always not only to elaborate like theoretical or scientific knowledge. Of course, this is important to get a better understanding. But what is always striking us to then come up with not only even conclusions, but that our research would matter. So always we have this intention of a practical input, so not then to stay only in the academic like a box, so that we go then into field. And that's why I assume that you are all familiar with this instrument of the so-called real world lab, living lab, where we go on site, where we as a university create a space, a physical space on the one hand, but as well then a virtual space. I go to that then later on, that we create a platform and that we connect the people who are dealing with this heritage from the modernist period. And that's, if we speak about activism, so I understand my role as professor, that we at the university, we are not representing a specific lobby, but we try to connect the different people who are in charge of this fabric. So we would like to, or we want to encourage the residents, other local activists, the planners, but as well the politicians and the municipality. Please next. So I show you the background of the living lab. Please next. So this is the Wajab Block 6. You see like the rectangular, very organized layout. This area was realized in the 60s and 70s. Please next. You see this block 6 was like only one block of a bigger context. The interesting thing was when we just realized this lab. People are coming now from the neighboring blocks. When do you start your lab in our block? So I assume this is a good sign. Please, next. And there was already by Alex shown, well, this is like what we see, all like general problems as well. This is just one representative, the cars, the unorganized area. Please, next. But as well the great potential that we face in all these post-war housing areas, the really green areas on the one hand, and the other thing, and this is, I would say, really a big plus and in Georgia and differs from other cities, that the people are so much engaged, that they are taking care of their environment and that they start procedures to transform and to improve their neighborhoods. So this was a good incentive for us to go there. Please, next. So since May, we established this lab together with our colleagues in Tbilisi. So this is a wide range of collaborations. A main partner is the university, and the idea is to set incentives and to set impulses, to start like a procedure of the improvement of the urban environment. So our focus are the open spaces, the green spaces, or the abandoned spaces, just the direct living environment. Please, next. So we opened as well, like Alex did. We rented a garage, and there's our interims office. We hope it will last for a really long time. So we have their regular opening hours where people can come by, ask questions, where we inform about the projects, where we have venues like presentations, round tables. And on the other hand, we have this website, please, next, where you can get all the information and as well where you can receive further documents. As well, it's important then not only to have this space, but really to activate all the locals by different activities which then relate or which focus on the different targets groups, which is important. So here just like some pictures where you see like walking tours, but as well inviting children, and then you have like the schools as a good multiplier. Please, next. The partners are really mandatory. I would say they are really paramount, and this is maybe a main challenge, since residents are very restrictive, or they're very skeptical against like the municipality, against the political body. I would say, and I completely understand this, but on the other hand, I have a strong belief if we don't make it somehow to connect the both spheres, we won't be able really to transform this fabric in a sustainable and really in a broad manner. So this is our well-being map. This was as well like a big poster which we placed outside, and where we invited the people, please mark where the red spots, these are the spots I won't go, I hate, are the green spots I like, and well, the yellow spots, they have quite the potential, so there are the spots where we would like to introduce something. Please, next. And we did something. I just returned a week ago from our workshop with students from Ukraine, Tbilisi, and from Germany, where we did together with the residents a transformation of a yard space. Please, next. You see here people working. So we had just the pallets as the material, and then we elaborated like power plant boxes. There was the greening of garages, and a table that is good for sitting there, but as well for a market space. Please, next. So the conclusions I can already skip. Please, next. Since I think this we could then discuss afterwards. The intention of the Living Lab is to set incentives, and the challenge, or then the evaluation whether it's a successful lab or not, is depending on whether it will last, whether it's not for a short term. And this I would like then to discuss with all of your different activism in the neighborhoods. What are your experience within this? Because of the very difficult situation now in Georgia, we had, I have to say, some problems, because in the beginning we had a very good relationship with the municipality, since they have like new plans for mobility policies in the city, but now everyone is waiting for the vote, so they are all very silent. So this is, of course, for us a big hurdle. And next slide. So as I started in the beginning, so we have like this broader context. And since this is the conference where I'm very thankful that I can participate, since this conference is as well presenting and discussing this heritage of the modernist period from the different contexts, I would like to recommend our newly released publication that tells 12 district stories from several countries, from Armenia to Uzbekistan. Thank you very much.